Hey everyone, imagine this. You buy a shiny new toy for $100, but overnight, it's only worth $70. Now picture giant companies like Tesla and GameStop doing the same with billions in Bitcoin. That's right, Bitcoin just crashed 30%. And if it doesn't bounce back, things are about to get a whole lot worse for these big players. Stick around, because this could be your chance to spot a golden opportunity. Welcome back to the channel, where we break down crypto and finance in a way that's easy to follow. Today, we're diving into why the Bitcoin crash might hit harder than you think. We'll talk about how public companies holding Bitcoin could face massive losses on their reports, what that means for the market, and why some newbie suits might panic and sell. By the end, you'll understand the risks, the rules, and maybe even see a buying chance. Let's get into it. This is beginner-friendly, but even pros will learn something new. Alright, let's start with the basics. Bitcoin is a digital money that's been super volatile lately. Just look at the charts. We're down about 31% from the highs, the biggest drop ever for Bitcoin ETFs. That's like your favorite video game stock plunging. It hurts everyone involved. Now, why is this crash about to get worse? Because tons of big companies have Bitcoin in their treasure chests. I checked a site called bitcointreasuries.net and made a spreadsheet. Companies like GameStop, Tesla, MicroStrategy, Coinbase, and Block, formerly Square, are holding huge amounts. For example, GameStop owns about 4,700 Bitcoins. Sounds cool, right? But here's the twist. If Bitcoin stays low or drops more, these companies have to mark-to-market their holdings. That's a fancy way of saying they must report the real value on their financial statements, following SEC rules and something called GAAP accounting. Imagine you bought a bike for $100, but now it's worth $85. You have to admit you lost $15. Same for Bitcoin. If the price doesn't recover, companies recognize an impairment loss, basically a big ouch on their books. Let's break it down step by step with real examples. First, GameStop. They just reported $169 million in net income. That's like their profit after bills. But $28 million of that came from Bitcoin gains. Take that away, and they're left with about $141 million from other stuff, like collectibles. Now, since their last quarter ended on September 30th, Bitcoin has dropped around $28,000 per coin. For their 4,700 coins, that's a $131 million loss. That wipes out 94% of their net income. Oof, their earnings could plummet, and shareholders might freak out. Tesla's in the same boat. They could see 23% of their net income vanish just from Bitcoin. MicroStrategy, they had $2.7 billion in profits, but a drop to $84,000 per Bitcoin means an $18 billion loss. Coinbase might lose 94% of their income, and newbies like Bullish could see 3,688% of their earnings evaporate. These aren't small potatoes. They're part of big stock indices like the Mag 7, so if they tank, the whole market feels it. Now, why do these losses matter? Because companies have to explain them to investors. And here's where it gets spicy. Some newbie suits, like that guy from Van Eck we heard in the clip, are talking about ditching Bitcoin. He says stuff like, "We'll walk away if the thesis is broken," or worries about privacy and quantum computing. But come on, these are old arguments. Bitcoin's been around for years, and privacy tools exist. These folks jumped in when prices were pumping, not because they believed in the tech. Now, with losses hitting their books, they might paperhand, sell out of fear. This volatility is Bitcoin's nature. It's designed to be a digital store of value, not a smooth ride. If these suits sell, it could push prices lower, creating buying opportunities for true believers. But holidays are coming and life's expensive. Speaking of saving money, let's talk about our sponsor, Helium Mobile. Holidays are expensive. Gifts, travel, you name it. Big phone carriers charge $100 a month for the same old service with contracts and hidden fees. That's why today's sponsor is Helium Mobile. They're a new kind of carrier with a plan that's completely free, the Zero Plan. No contracts, no credit card needed. Just bring your phone and number. Perfect for light users, travel, or even a secret second SIM for security. Need more? Their Air and Infinity plans are way cheaper, with nationwide 5G coverage boosted by a community network. And here's the fun part. You get rewarded with cloud points for using your phone. Redeem for Amazon or Apple gift cards. Families can get kids plans for just $5 a month. Why pay $100 plus when you can get service for free? Click the link in the description to download the Helium mobile app on iOS or Android and try it today. It's reshaping how we connect, just like Bitcoin is changing finance. The key takeaway? This crash tests the real Bitcoin holders. If prices recover, it's no big deal. But if not, expect market ripples. For you, this could be a chance to buy low. Look at the spreadsheet. Companies like these might rebound if Bitcoin does. Don't let fear win. Understand the fundamentals. What do you think? Is this the end for Bitcoin or a buying opportunity? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you own any, or are you waiting? If this video helped, smash that like button, subscribe for more crypto breakdowns, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. Share with a friend who's into stocks or crypto. Let's build this community. Thanks for watching. You're smarter now about why the Bitcoin crash could get worse. But remember, knowledge is power. Stay curious, stay invested in learning, and who knows, the next video might be about the recovery. See you soon. Keep hodling.